Right, the actual structure of bioelectrical liquids and bioelectrical energies means that all of this technology development, which you are looking at right now, including this test rod set of solar saturation radiation, will include the bioelectrical fluid. This particular chamber here could be filled up with bioelectrical energies of bioelectrical fluids. And all of this structure would be powered up and be able to current flow through the whole area of this energy physical device. Now, the solar power panel structure, which is in the central core of this particular test rod set, would utilize and manipulate the energy of light. So the light production that would come from the liquid, by being charged up and basically start to glow an actual physical light, or even if there was a structural programming through the liquid that was made to create a physical colour of a coloured light, then all of this panelling and all of the structural saturation of heat temperature, and also not just the heat temperature saturation, but also the physical light that is generated through the actual production of energy liquids, would be saturated through the solar paneling. So we'd get current energy production from the central core. We would get saturation of liquids and coolant through the rods. So these are rods of coolant rods that would take overheated energy structures and start to saturate, and then start to output an actual power supply. And then there would be the flow of the bioelectric liquid energy that would flow through the device, which would take away the excess heat. So let's say that there is a rod set and we've got sensors of the solar power panelled devices, and then we flow the liquid energy through it. It takes the heat radiation with it. It also enables a control system of saturation of radiational heat. It also controls the natural flow of electrical energy flow. And the electrical energy flow in saturation technology basically creates more power. The more you can flow through it, and the more you can push the liquids over it, it will generate even more electricity, because you're taking away electrical heat. You're saturating that heat through other devices. So let's say that this is a chamber of a chamber that has all of this liquid flowing through it. The new introduction of new energy liquids flowing through will be saturated straight through, drawing a current off it. Then all of the technology that deals with the light transfer to energy would be utilised as well, because you can increase the density of electric energy in liquids, which will end up causing the liquid to glow with a white light, very similar to a light bulb, which is like one of these things here, a light bulb, right? That is a light bulb which is basically emanating electrical current, right? And electrical light. So all of these lights will flow very similar to this one here, very much like this one, and it will glow. So all of this light will be utilised and used through the structure of the device, and the more you pressurise the liquid and the more you increase the density of the liquid and the electricity, it will start to basically glow like this thing. And this thing glowing will produce energy. So that's the design structure there, very simple and the bioelectrical energy liquids will flow all the way through the structure, and it will increase under pressure the density of energy, and we will get an energy conduit. Now this particular device is only a power production unit. The actual power storage of physical stored energy in physical stored hardware is also the same process. You flow the electrical bioliquids over the actual hardware, which then stores the electrical energy as it flows over it. Now, the device itself doesn't power down and it doesn't switch off. It basically keeps up and running and building energy to a massive power storage of a power unit in physical life of physical energy production power unit. So let's say, for instance, this is a very large and very big rod set, and it sits inside a power production powerhouse that you walk into, and as you walk into it and look at it, it basically glows with energy under pressure, and the whole room is full of light, and it produces copious amounts of electric current, and it's always on and always switched on. And this is how the new device of this test rod set is basically going to be developed. It's also going to be put together as a new power source of power production of power energy. It's an alternative to tokamak. It's a total brand new alternative to tokamak. But I do have a structure of design which includes this new technological renewable energy production and incorporates it into a tokamak. And all of this new development is in production and is being created. So I'd want you all to be encouraged that the fear of the loss of energy and power on a global scale is coming to an end, and that there is no more required need for, let's say, nuclear power stations, which are extremely bloody dangerous. And there is far more of a need to build safe tokamaks. So when I get to the structure, you've already seen the design of the new tokamak, which we'll go and have a quick look at right now. Oh, this is a new visual sensor array system which I've created. It's a visual sensor array which basically is incorporated into the spaceship's most outer circumference, and it's where two shells come together and are put together. Two shells are put together, and in the center, wrapped all the way around the two shells, basically put together, this becomes a seal. And it's also a visual sensor array, so the whole spaceship will have full 360-degree vision around the central part of its actual build. So when it's out in space, it will have a full 360-degree angle of full vision. So the light comes in on this section and down